G'day guys, it's Chris Linton here from TribeFit.co. I hope you're all having an awesome day so far and had a very successful day so far. What I wanted to do, as you've probably seen in the title of this video, is take you through the number one thing you need to know, the number one secret you need to learn in regards to being successful as looking to get online PT clients. If you're a personal trainer and you're looking to get more freedom in your life, move online, stop trading money for time, and basically stop trading, one second, sorry.
It's basically flipped, so it's not...
That's fine. It's all good. I was just speaking to Inga, my offside. Anyway, sorry about that. If you're if you're a personal trainer, whether you're face-to-face purely or you currently have a handful of online PT clients, or you're trying online PT and you're struggling, you're wondering why you're not getting clients and getting the success of all the people that you're hearing about or speaking to, it is because you haven't nailed this one aspect. We speak to hundreds and hundreds of personal trainers on a weekly basis and help them go from being a face-to-face trainer, absolutely hating it, working crazy hours, weird times, things that don't suit their social lifestyle or their calendar. And basically, I've just got a message from BJ. The board is in reverse, of course. It's all on, it's all mirrored, so it is in reverse, but I'll go through it step by step, so you don't need to specifically read this. It's very straightforward. So thanks for the heads up, BJ, and that's what I was talking to Inga about just before. But anyways, back onto it. If you're a personal trainer, you're looking to get online clients, this is the one thing you need to know. If you don't nail this, if you don't know this, you will struggle, you will always struggle, and you will always wonder why some people are having great success doing the exact same thing that you're doing, but you're not having the same successes. We speak to people, like I mentioned, hundreds and hundreds of PTs every single week, and the ones that struggle, the ones that are having a difficult time, we spoke to a guy the other day. For 2 years, he had coaches, he had mentors, he was a face-to-face trainer, he absolutely hated it. He ended up getting a full-time job that wasn't even in personal training, in a space that he absolutely hated, it didn't like. And then when he came on board with us, this is something we took him through. Once he nailed this, he went from $0 to $10,000 in his online clients very, very quickly, very, very fast. So in essence, what we term this is called the friction ladder. And as you can see, once again, it's all in reverse, not a problem, but I'll go through each step by step. As you can see here, I've drawn up a ladder, and what it is it's to explain the concept that I'm about to take through. In essence, as you go up the friction ladder, it is more difficult to convert a lead or a prospect into an actual client. As you come down the friction ladder, you'll have less friction in your pitching, in your trying to get leads or prospects and turning them into clients. And you also have to, charge lower prices, give bigger guarantees, spend longer time with the people on the phone, etc., etc. But as you work your way down the friction ladder, you would have heard of, no doubt, and we work with hundreds of people that literally, they get a Facebook PM or an Instagram DM, and people are literally, can you send me the link? I want to put in my credit card details straight away. They don't have to do anything. They don't need crazy sales funnels. They don't need lead magnets. They don't need to do all this sort of stuff. And the reason why some people can charge really, really high prices for online coaching, and they can do it in the most simplistic format possible, and they literally have people chasing them to become their clients, is because they are at the bottom of the friction ladder. They understand this concept, they've been through the process, and they're at the bottom of the friction ladder. If you're at the top of the friction ladder and you're looking at someone and you're trying to mimic doing exactly what they've done before, or what they're currently doing, and wondering why you're not getting the same results, is because you don't understand this concept. In essence, it's all about trust. If you've been in the market for a long time, if you've got loads of testimonials, if you are, which I'll get to in a sec, if you actually are your avatar, your ideal client, if you're actually that specific person and you are where they want to be in due time, these are all the things that build up your trust. And as a result, you'll be able to charge high prices. You won't have to spend very long with those people in regards to turning them to online clients. And it'll be much easier. You don't need all these crazy sales funnels that all these people are talking about or raving about online at the moment. But if you don't have testimonials, if you're not your avatar, if you haven't been in marketing for a long time and no one knows who you are and you've just popped up, of course people are going to be more skeptical. Of course, your trust is going to be very low. The friction in regards to the ladder, which step on the ladder, you'll be right up the top, and you will find it difficult to convert leads and inquiries into clients. You'll have to charge less, you'll have to do more work for it, and you'll have to have more advanced sales funnels. So I'm going to take you through the steps of the certain things you can do depending on where you are on the ladder. And what you need to do is you need to look at yourself and you need to think to yourself, okay, do I have testimonials, for example? Do people know of me? Is a person that's coming in and potentially being a client or a prospect to be a client, have they heard about me before? Do they think that I'm just a fly-by-nighter that's just going to take the cash, run away, and not deliver what I say? Obviously, it's a pretty skeptical world out there, especially when you're talking about online. There's so many scammy things out there at the moment. If your trust is high and if people believe in you, they will literally hand over their cash in a 1 minute, 5 minute conversation, even up to just doing PMs and DMs and never actually speaking to the person. If your trust is low, literally, you'll need to spend a long time with them on the phone. You will have to have a great sales funnel. They need to spend time with you to trust you before they'll even hand over a small amount of cash for your services, because obviously they're handing over their hard-earned cash. They have a problem. They're looking for a solution. They're hoping that you're the person that's going to be able to deliver that solution, but they don't know, as I mentioned, they don't trust you yet. So it's all obvious things. What you need to do is you need to look at yourself in the market. You need to look at what you have, and you need to decide whereabouts you are on this ladder. And as a result, then you can define yourself on what sales funnel you're going to use, what offer, what price, what you need to give to your offer to make it convert, and what sort of, like I said, sales funnel specific that you need as well. So, in essence, the higher you are on the friction ladder, the lower your price has to be. If your programs are 6-week programs, 8-week programs, 12-week programs, the longer the commitment that the person needs to make, obviously, once again, the most cash they need to hand over. So if it's a 12-week program, the friction on closing that will be high. So if you're high on the friction ladder and you have low trust, your prices will be low. Your time frame of the commitment that you're locking in a client will have to be low to convert. Ideally, one of the strong techniques that we talk about when people are just starting off is offering a money back guarantee. If you do it in the right way, I've done a video on this before, if you do it in the right way, you will not be throwing away money. Do not be scared of this format. If you are a true expert, if you know what you're doing and you can develop a training program and or a nutrition program, people will get results if they keep to it. And if you truly are going to do what you say, if you're not, get out of the market and stop selling scammy things. If you are going to do what you say, then don't be afraid to give a money back guarantee. If you want to go through the specifics, check out one of my other videos, but I'm not going to go through that all today. That's in regards to an offer. What you need to know over time being in the market, you will build further trust and you'll slowly work your way down the friction ladder. Your first client, your second client, your third client will always be the hardest clients you ever get. Your 300, 400th, 1,000th client, they're always going to be your easier clients because you've been around in time. You've been around from a time frame perspective. There'll be more trust. There'll be more brand awareness out there, and then as a result, you'll come down the friction ladder. One of the other things that I like to talk to people about is it's not just the trust that a potential client could have in you in solving their problem. It's also the trust in yourself. That's why the first, second, third clients are always the hardest, because A, the person doesn't trust you, and B, you don't trust yourself because you haven't been there, you haven't done it before, and you don't have that confidence in your voice, in your pitch, in your conversation. And then that will reflect to the other person. So the first few clients are always the hardest, but as you go along the process, trust me, it gets easier and easier. So you're going to have to throw the kitchen sink over it a little bit in the start. But once you start to get people in, once you start to get more testimonials, once people start to see that you've been around and people are engaging, reacting with you, over time you'll come down this ladder, and then you want to increase your prices, you want to increase the length of that client that needs to stick around with you. You can take away things like the money back guarantee, etc. So there's so many different things you can do, but it comes with time, and unfortunately it's just the way it is. Another point that I want to go through on the friction ladder is what I mentioned about time. This is a different aspect. To build up trust with someone, if you haven't been in the market for a period of time, another way to build up trust with people is through spending time through a sales funnel. Everybody talks about sales funnels, all these fantastic, exciting, complicated, overcomplicated things. lead magnets, webinars, etc., etc. Webinars, lead magnets, and all those other funnels are just a way of automating spending time with people. So you don't, by time, it doesn't mean you actually have to be on the phone or you have to be face to face. But let's just say, for example, you gave away a lead magnet or an ebook. If that person sits down and reads a 5-page ebook that's by you, and then reads your bio and learns a little bit more about you, all of that is time that person has spent learning about you and building trust with you. So then obviously once they speak to you, they're going to be hotter, warmer, and you're going to have less friction when you're looking to close them. If you are your avatar and you're exactly where that person wants to be, if you have a couple of testimonials, I've seen people start off right off the bat, charge extremely high prices and have no problem converting whatsoever. I've also seen people who don't have any of that stuff struggle to get their first few clients because obviously they're so high on the friction ladder. We've talked about funnels. You can have the most simplistic funnels in the world. Don't worry about overcooking it. You're best starting off with the simple one first, seeing where you are in the friction ladder, working on your offer and pricing and getting those first few clients rather than going and spending 6 months building out websites, landing pages, lead magnets, ebooks, all that sort of stuff. People get too bogged down with that and it's not required. Social media is another way to spend time with people. If you've got a Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever account it might be, people spend time consuming your content and they get to know, like and trust. You build a relationship and you build trust. As a result, when you speak to them and you offer something to them, the friction of your offer will be a lot less. So we talked about sales funnels, we talked about social media, and just brand exposure, general brand exposure. If you have done PR, if you've been in the market, if you've got some good stuff like that, people will know, like, and trust you, and as a result, you're going to have less friction versus someone that's literally just finished their course, for example, never trained anyone before, never been in social media, and are just popping up trying to get clients. It's all obvious stuff. Testimonials is a massive one. Testimonials, before and afters. Videos are ideal. Videos are your gold standard. But worst case scenario, written testimonials and pictures. They're a huge thing that people look for because at the end of the day, think about it. Think for yourself. If you ever had a problem solution or a product or service that you're looking for and you didn't quite know, testimonials are something that are really, really important. And testimonials is something that can give you that extra little bit of confidence that who you're speaking to is actually going to give you the result, what you're looking for, whether it's a product or service. The final point I want to talk about, and everybody talks about what's the most profitable niche, what's the most profitable target, etc., etc. What I generally like to say, if you're stuck at this, the best place to start is yourself. Who are you? If you're a middle-aged guy and you're targeting middle-aged guys, if you're a middle-aged guy that's in great shape and you're targeting middle-aged guys that want to get in great shape, you are your target client. You are what's termed your avatar. You will have more, people will trust you more than they'll trust, say, an 18-year-old girl trying to speak to middle-aged men about getting fit and healthy. It's pretty obvious, it's pretty straightforward stuff, but if you don't have any testimonials, you don't have much of a brand presence out there, and people are trying to work out, what's my most profitable niche, what's my best target. Forget the things that people talk about, target executives, target people with money, all that sort of stuff. Target yourself. Target the person like yourself who is looking to get to where you are today. So for example, like I said, if you're a middle-aged man, you're in great shape, you're a personal trainer, you're very switched on in that space, you are where someone wants to be. So of course they're going to go, okay, well this guy's where I want to be. He's obviously been through the process that I'm going through. He obviously knows what to do because he's already there. I'm at point A, I want to get to point B. He's already at point B. Of course they're going to trust you more than speaking to, like I said, an 18-year-old female who would have in their eyes, that it might be an absolute expert, she might know everything, she might be super switched on and might actually be a better trainer than the person that's a fit-looking middle-aged guy. But from outside in, skeptics, once again going back to the trust, the friction ladder, skeptics are going to go, I'm sure she's got no idea what she's talking about, I'm going to go speak to the bloke. So think about that, stop worrying about what's your most profitable niches and trying to copy what other people do. Think about the friction ladder concept, it's super important, it's standard business stuff. If you don't have trust, of course you're going to throw the kitchen sink at it a little bit. You're going to get trust from your clients, You'll also have trust in yourself, more confidence in what you're delivering, and then as a result, over time, work your way down the ladder, start to increase your prices, start to increase all the aspects you're giving in regards to, or start to take away all the things like money back guarantees, etc. that you want to. And like I said, throw the kitchen sink at it, give it more features, give it more value, give it more offers, get people to come through, get testimonials, and then you start building that trust. And then you can start peeling away the layers, stop throwing the kitchen sink at it, and then start to be more profitable, and it'll all start humming. Like I said, we've literally got people that are getting clients from PMs, DMs, doing little work, doing very, very little work to do it because they've done the hard yards, they've worked, they understand this concept, they've worked their way down the ladder, and now it is a piece of cake, literally. So don't compare yourself to where someone else is at. Don't think because someone's got some U-Butte sales funnel that you need to have this crazy sales funnel. Like I said, we've had absolute beginners kill it with the most simplest thing possible because they had some great testimonials, they were their avatar, they had good confidence around it and their offers, and they had been around the market for a little while as well in regard to their social media. So that's it from me today. PM me if you've got any questions in regards to Friction Ladder. If you're a personal trainer looking to get online, also check out www.tribefit.co or PM me if you've got any questions. But if you understand this concept, you will absolutely nail it as a personal trainer looking to get online clients, or if you currently got a couple of online clients and you're struggling, get this concept in your head and you will smash it. So that's it from me today. Bye for now. Speak to you soon.